Welcome to the Madison Miller Podcast Special Edition Series where I preview and predict every men's college basketball conference tournament. This is the 15th of 32 episodes, and this one's going to be the Big West Conference. It's going to be held at the Dollar Loan Center in Henderson, Nevada. Should be a good tournament. There's some surprising teams in this that are top seeds, some teams that have underachieved that are lower seeds. So we'll get right into it as we go. We'll go over the seedings first. Your 1 seed is Long Beach State, 18-11 on the year, 12-3 in conference play. Your 2 seed is Cal State Fullerton, 18-10 on the year, 11-4 in conference play. Your 3 seed is Hawaii, 16-10 on the year, 10-5 in conference play. Your 4 seed is UC Irvine, 15-9 on the year, 9-5 in conference play. Your 5 seed is UC Santa Barbara, 16-10 on the year, 8-5 in conference play. Your 6 seed is UC Riverside, 16-11 on the year, 9-6 in conference play. Your 7 seed is UC Davis, 12-10 on the year, 5-6 in conference play. Your 8 seed is Cal State Northridge, 7-22 on the year, 3-13 in conference play. Your 9 seed is Cal State Bakersfield, 7-18 on the year, 2-12 in conference play. And your 10 seed is Cal Poly, 7-20 on the year, 2-12 in conference play. UC San Diego, ineligible for the Big West tournament and NCAA tournament due to transition period, and their Big West games not counted in the standings. They went 13-16 on the year, and in their conference games, it looks like they went 7-11. But it wasn't counted for in the standings, but I just counted them as I did projections for the regular show and such. So without further ado, here we go. So first round begins Tuesday, March 8th. You have 9 seed Cal State Bakersfield, 8 seed Cal State Northridge. Bakersfield was a contender several years ago, but they've fallen off. They have one guy in double-digit points per game, and that is Justin McCall at 11 a game. And Northridge, usually a bottom feeder in this conference, 2 guys in double figures per game. Atten Wright at 14.8 per game, and Elijah Hardy at 12 per game. My projection is Bakersfield by 5.25, total 131 and 4,500. So I have Bakersfield advancing to the quarterfinals in the second of 2 first-round games. 10 seed Cal Poly, 7 seed UC Davis. Cal Poly's always a bottom feeder in this conference. They're never really good. 2 guys in double figures per game. Alamami Koroma at 13.7 a game, and Jacob Davison at 11.9 a game. UC Davis, they have 2 scorers averaging over 15 a game and 4 overall in double-digit a game. Ezra Mansion at 15.4 a game and Elijah Pepper at 15.3 a game. And their other 2 good scorers are Caleb Fuller at 11.9 and Christian Anijwe at 10.1 a game. My projection is UC Davis by 9 3/8 total, 132 and 3,500. So I have UC Davis advancing to the quarterfinals. Thursday, March 10th is the quarterfinals, so there's an off day on the 9th. So the 10th is the quarterfinals. Cal State Bakersfield, your 9 seed, your 1 seed is Long Beach State. Long Beach State, great year, led by Joel Murray at 16.2 a game. And then they have Colin Slater at 13.9 a game and Jaden Jones at 10.5 a game. My projection is Long Beach by 4 1/8, so Long Beach continues its dream year. Bakersfield goes home. Second of 4 quarterfinal games, 5 seed UC Santa Barbara, 4 seed UC Irvine. This one I have a total for, and in the last of the 4 quarterfinal games I have a total for because of what I always say. Future totals are hard to come by. Future lines are easy to come by. It's just simple math. Santa Barbara, usually better than this. They're led by Amadou Sow at 15.8 a game. They have 2 other guys in double digits a game. Ajay Mitchell at 11.8 and Miles Norris at 10.3. UC Irvine's usually a perennial contender in this league too, but they underachieved in the conference this year. 2 guys in double figures per game. Colin Welp at 13.7 and Dawson Baker, the sophomore, at 10.9 points per game. My projection is Irvine by 3/4 total, 130 3/4. So therefore, I have UC Irvine advancing to the semis in the third of 4 quarterfinal games. 17 UC Davis, 2 seed Cal State Fullerton. Fullerton's had a dream year. They have one of the better scorers in the conference in EJ Anoski at 16-3 a game. And they have another double-digit score in Damari Milstead at 11-3 a game. My projection here, believe it or not, guys, is UC Davis by 1.5. So I got an upset here to the semifinals in UC Davis. In the last of 4 quarterfinal games, 6 seed UC Riverside and 3 seed Hawaii. Riverside's been good this year for a Big West team. Very well balanced, led by Zion pulling at 14 a game. They have 4 other guys in double figures per game as well. And Hawaii's had a good year as well. 4 guys averaging double figures a game, led by Noel Coleman at 14.8 per game. Projection here is Riverside by 2 1/8, total of 131. So I have another upset, guys. So I have Riverside going to the semifinal. And on Friday night, the 11th, 2 semifinal games. 4 seed UC Irvine, 1 seed Long Beach State. 2 really good teams from this conference. You have the perennial contender in Irvine, and then your breakthrough team this year of Long Beach State. Irvine has their big 2. Long Beach has Murray, who's awesome, who's a junior. But part of me thinks that this moment could be big for Long Beach. So I'm going to go with Irvine here to advance, and I have Irvine as a 4 7/8 favorite. So I have Irvine to the final. In the last of the 2 semifinal games on Friday night, 17 UC Davis, 16 UC Riverside. That's amazing. 2 lower seeds in the semifinals, but here we are. Riverside, I think, is really decent. Very well balanced. And then UC Davis is pretty balanced too, but I just think that Riverside's depth is better. I project them as a 2-point favorite, so therefore Riverside to the final. So your Big West final on Saturday night, which would be at 11:30 Eastern, 8:30 Pacific on ESPN2. 6 seed Riverside, 4 seed UC Irvine. 2 really decent teams. I think Riverside's overachieved a little bit and Irvine's underachieved a little bit. Riverside has depth. Irvine has experience. My projection here is Irvine by 1 5/8. So therefore, I have winning the 2022 Big West tournament, the UC Irvine Anteaters, as they were in the tournament in 2019. And they probably would have been in the COVID tournament in 2020 if they had it. Fullerton won it in 18. So they have recent success, but not as recent as Irvine. So UC Irvine have going to the big dance. And this is an automatic auto bid. They have no at-large contenders. And for odds to win this tournament, the favorite is actually UC Irvine at plus 280. Santa Barbara's plus 410. Long Beach plus 480. Hawaii's 5-1. Fullerton 7-1. Riverside 7-1. UC Davis 14-1. Bakersfield's 50. And the other 2, Cal Poly's 220. and Northridge is 270. In terms of a long shot pick, I'm actually going to go with the team that I have as the runners-up, and that's UC Riverside. They're 7-1. If I had to pick a long shot to win the Big West tournament, I'd go with Riverside at 7-1. But UC Irvine's the favorite. I think UC Irvine's going to win the tournament. They're better than the rest of their competition, and I think Vegas knows that. So the long shot pick from a value perspective, Cal Riverside 7-1, but my pick actually UC Irvine at plus 280. All right, so that's it for the Big West. Next up will be Conference USA, which should be a lot of fun.